excited to talk with you today. Like she said, my name is Cassandra Rosa. I am an intuitive business coach and certified life coach and healer. And the mission behind all that I do is to help spiritual entrepreneurs create fulfilling lives and impactful businesses. I'm also an award-winning author of the book Now What? Create the Clarity to Achieve Your Dreams, and the host of the Fulfilled Female Entrepreneur podcast that we actually just had Miriam on as a guest. So
thank you so much for sharing all of that. First of all, I want to put it out there. She is one of the most loving person I've ever come across. She's so caring. She's the one that's always reaching out to me, making sure I am okay and I'm doing well. And what she does for, people is amazing. Her Facebook courses that she does is amazing. And I think that everyone should try to join it. She also has a lot of great tools that can help you do so good in your business and help you move forward if you're feeling stuck. Her spiritual, she's a wonderful spiritual being. That's what I want to say. She's a very wonderful spiritual being. And at the end of this video, I'm going to put all her contact information below so you can reach out to her if you need any help. She'll be more than happy to help you move forward in anything you need help with, as she just mentioned. So we're going to actually talk a little bit today about what we think, what it means to have a fulfilling career, because we all have a different mindset of what a fulfilling career is. Everybody has different dreams, aspirations, and visions. So we just wanted to have a little conversation about what a fulfilling career means to us. And you can always comment below on this video and tell us, what do you think a fulfilling career is to you? Because we would love to know and carry this conversation on moving forward. Okay, Cassandra, you have the floor. So I wanted to ask you, what is a fulfilling career? Like, when did you realize that what the importance of a fulfilling career?
Yeah. So first and foremost, I want to thank you for your kind words. They were so beautiful, and I received them with so much gratitude. It was so beautiful. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Fulfilling career. It's really interesting. We kind of talked about this when you were a guest on my podcast, but typically when we think about fulfillment, we think about achieving our goals. We think about the mainstream way society tells you to achieve success, which is you go to school, you get a degree, and then you get a career that you make a lot of money, and then you get a house and a car and have a family and get married, right? That's the traditional ways, like the ABCs of success, if you will, in terms of the North American standard. So often, if we don't achieve those things according to the timeline of society, especially as women, right? Because like when your 30s come around, it's like, where's the marriage? Where's the kids? Right? Like there's all these like pressures and like subconscious timelines. If we don't accomplish those according to what we've been told by society to do, right? Like we feel this disconnect, right? We will feel fulfilled and happy and successful when we do X, Y, Z. We achieve all those milestones. So that's really focused on the destination. I call it on destination syndrome with my business. You're so obsessed with achieving those goals and those, timelines for yourself that unless you're there, you don't feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
So that was me for a while. It was like, okay, you know what? I need to achieve all of these things. I need to make a lot of money. I need to get married and have a family and achieve all the other goals that I'd set myself. You probably see my vision board behind me. Unless I achieve all that, then I'm not going to be fulfilled.
Yeah.
And it was a horrible process. It felt really shitty. It was really horrible. I was really disappointed and like not enjoying the process. So when it comes to fulfilling career, right, and fulfilling all of the goals and the dreams, that's what most people think. And what I understand now for my experience and how that's all changed is fulfillment really comes from within. Fulfillment comes from having a life that lights you up. Fulfillment comes from having joy in the day-to-day. Fulfillment comes from having gratitude for every step of the journey, even the hard parts, even the moments when you're in your bed and you have your blanket over your head and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. This sucks. Or fulfillment is having one client when you really want 10, but you have that one. That's fulfillment. So it's really taking it out of the macro and
Mm.
bringing it into the micro, small moments and feeling gratitude and fulfillment and happiness every step of the path and the journey.
You have hit literally it on the nail in every way possible. I don't have anything else to say besides thank you for putting that out there, because it's fulfillment is like, I don't even know, like you've mentioned it all. Fulfillment means being happy with who you are and the place you are at that moment. Like you
Yeah.
said, having that one client, that's fulfillment, because there's millions of people out there who are in your same shoes that does not have that one client that you have. And there's millions of people who cannot even go under that blanket that you're going under to
Yeah.
to escape whatever you're trying to escape. There's
Yeah.
millions of people out there who are in just so much confusion and in such a terrible place that they cannot do the littlest things that you run to do when you are feeling unfulfilled. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for touching up on all of that. And I'm glad you mentioned how you actually had you struggle with the mindset of what fulfillment meant, and also culture plays a lot of part in this. So depending on the culture you come from, for example, I am African, and you know when they used to, before I got married, when the person calls me, the first thing they say is, "Where's the husband?" And now
Mm.
when you get married, is, "Where's the kids?" And after the kids is, "Where's more kids?" So it's always one thing after another. So fulfillment is culturally, in most culture, fulfillment means having that getting married, having that family, having that perfect job, having that perfect home, you know, really not even having any problems at all. And we're humans, we're not perfect, we're going to have problems, we're going to have obstacles. So if you're not having problems and going through obstacles and having issues with your life, and you know the up and downs and the trials and tribulations, then there's a problem, because
Mm-hmm.
it's human nature to face all those obstacles. In fact, it is what makes us who we are. It is what shapes us, and for us to become better than we were yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that you mentioned all of that and more. And it's just, oh my God, I'm amazed. And I hope whoever was listening to this actually took a thing or two from that session right now that you just said, because it just sparked something in me so much. Um, and I have another question I have for you is that in your career right now, the place you are in right now, do you feel that you are fulfilled, even with the obstacles that happen, the downfalls that
Yeah.
you have? And is there a moment where you sit and you ask yourself and or say to yourself, oh my God, I am not where I'm supposed to be? Because that is also a feeling of fulfillment.
Totally. So I would say I'm a dreamer. Like I have a huge vision. I know my purpose and I know the ripple effect and the impact that I'm meant to make. And I am making that with the clients that I do have. And there is still a desire for more because
Yeah.
in life, especially as a high achieving person, a high achieving woman that like really has a desire to make an impact and a ripple effect there, it's completely like normal and understandable to have that big vision and know your capacity to be able to step into it. So as much as I still have those desires, those dreams, those things on the vision board, I still choose to feel fulfilled in all of the small moments and with the clients that I do have in the business that I do have. And I really tap into that fulfillment and gratitude every single day. It's a part of my morning practice to embody that because that is so huge because fulfillment is all within, right? As much in society, we are programmed to have a scarcity mindset of, I don't have enough, I don't have enough, I don't have enough. The people that are calling us is because society has told them, you know, this seeking of more,
Mhm.
right? So as human beings, it's completely normal to understand that, but it's also important to have the awareness that society, we've been programmed to be in a scarcity mindset of on the rat race,
Mhm.
right? Of rushing for more. And that's why people around us have this like, where's your more? Where's your more kind of access? Where's the marriage? You don't have it yet. Where's the kids? You don't have it yet. Where's all the money? You don't have it yet, right? So it's when you have that like sense of awareness of the way that society is created, your cultural groups, you know, I'm Italian, you're African, having that awareness of the way that
Yeah.
society is formed, you can be free of that and
Mhm.
choose to be fulfilled in what step of the journey that you are now. So that's
Mhm.
what I choose for myself. I choose to focus on the fulfillment within. I choose to focus on the fulfillment in the small moments. I choose to look at those moments and see how big that they truly are, just like you said. Because there was a point in life where you wanted these things that you didn't have.
Yeah,
So
there
it's
was a
really important to anchor in and say, yeah, that is fulfillment every step of the way.
yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that there was a point in your life where you once prayed for the thing that you have now.
Mhm. Mhm.
Moment in your life where you once begged, the universe or God for what you have now. So a lot of time we forget that what we have now was once what we were begging and praying for.
Seek it.
And we have
Mhm.
to remember that when we begged and prayed for those things and we receive those, it is very possible that we can still beg and pray for the next thing and it's going to come, but it's going to take time. Everything that comes into your life is going to take its time, and everything has its time to appear in your life. And I think that they won't come to you until God knows you're ready for it. He's not going
Yeah.
to put you in a position where he knows you're not ready for the journey or for the impact the thing is going to have on
Yeah.
you or other people. So I'm
Yeah.
glad that you mentioned that part. Another question I wanted to ask you is that when people say to you, I'm sad, and this is very, very, I get this a lot from friends, family, clients, especially, I'm sad, I'm not happy at all. And then when you ask them, why are you sad? Some of them can't give you an answer. They just sad. And I know the answer I give them. So I wanted to see what answer you give your clients or people that come to you and say, oh my God, I'm sad. But when you look at this person, they're so talented, they're so smart. And sometimes you know them personally, and they have told you their dreams and they have told you their visions and they have, told you what they actually want to do, but they're sad. So they keep saying to you, I'm sad. So what do you tell them?
It's all part of the process.
Yeah.
In life, to get what you want to get in life, there are trials, tribulations, sad moments, anxiety, depression, whatever you want to call it. You all have it. Those are your prerequisites to success. You have to go through those moments. You have to thrive through it. You need to heal through it, heal those parts of yourself as a prerequisite to what it is that you want to have in life. So it's like, when you go to university or college, right? I went to school for psychology. I love helping people. I love advising people. That's why I want to do it. But you had to take statistics and biology. And those were not my my favorite things. I was kicking and
I hate
screaming
it.
inside. I was like, I hate this. Why am I doing this? Right. But those were the prerequisites. I needed to complete those courses to be able to get the degree when I wanted.
Yeah.
So life is like that. You're going to have seasons. You're going to have moments in life that are not as fun and exciting as some of the other things that you take, right? Like I took social psychology and I took personality courses and I love those, right? So there's going to be things that aren't going to be as fun, but they're all a part of the process. When someone's telling me they're sad, I open the space to allow them to share and to be heard and to be seen. And when there's an opportunity where the advice part comes in, I remind them that it's all part of the process. It's all valid as human beings. And we don't understand it now, but we will understand later in life why you had to go through that to help you get to where you want to be.
I can definitely connect to with 30% of the things you mentioned, because there was a point in my life where I felt sad, and I didn't know why I was feeling sad. I didn't know why I was I don't know. I just felt sad, and I didn't know why I was feeling sad. And I asked myself, why are you feeling sad? And I couldn't give myself the answer to why I was feeling sad. Sometimes you got to talk to self, and I do a lot of talking to self. And then throughout that moment, I had other people mentioning to me that they're feeling sad, but these were the people that I known for a while. So they've told me their career, what they wanted to do, where they wanted to be, and all that stuff. And I remember one day sitting with a friend in a restaurant, and she told me everything she wanted to do, and then she keeps telling me she's sad. So I said to her, I looked at her and I said to her, you're not sad. And she was like, yes, I am. How are you telling me I'm not sad? I'm telling you I'm sad. I'm like, no, you're not sad. You are not sad at all. You are feeling unfulfilled. She said, what? I said, you're not sad. You're feeling unfulfilled because you are working in a dead-end job that you don't like. right? She called it a dead end job. That was her word. You're working in a dead end job that you don't like. You don't like your manager, bad management, but you have all these visions. You want to own your own business. You want it. So I kind of just repeated all the things that she wanted to do and all the things she wanted to become. And I said, you're feeling unfulfilled because you feel like you haven't started doing what you want to do. So I said, now it's up to you to really sit down and think about what you want to do moving forward, because you cannot stay at that job that you don't like forever and build your business or start your business. You cannot stay in a job with poor management, even if you go to another job. The job with the poor management is stressing you out. It's making you feel very unfulfilled. You feel like, okay, am I going to stay here for the rest of my life? So those negative thoughts also play a big part in your unfulfillment. So no, you're not sad, you're unfulfilled. 2 months later, she went ahead, and I don't think everyone is going to do this, and don't do it. But 2 months later, she went ahead, she quit the job. Obviously, she got another job because she needs to get the money to build her business. So she quit the job, got another job, started the business that she always dreamed of starting for 10 years. And when she started this business, when I saw her the next time, she was glowing. She was happy. The conversation was different. And she said to me, Miriam, I was very unfulfilled. I was like, yes, that's the word. You were unfulfilled. You were sad. And I resonated with her because there was a moment too, I kept on going from job to job, quitting job after job, because I didn't want to be there. And I was also afraid of not wanting to do the regular 9 to 5. And because I felt like, okay, that is what people do to survive. And I've heard so many people say, well, you need to work the 9 to 5 in order to start your own business. You need to work a 9 to 5 in order to build your business. But I didn't want to be there at all. I was okay suffering, and I was okay picking pennies out of my couch, then waking up and going to a 9 to 5. I said to myself, I can't do it. So the last time I just give my resignation letter in, and I said to myself, I'm going to focus on my business 1,000%. If that means that I have to sleep in somebody's basement, that's what I'm going to do. It didn't get there, but that was the sacrifices that I was willing to make in order to feel fulfilled. So many people are sad, quote unquote, but it's not really the sadness. And I'm not disregarding the fact that people can actually be sad, but most of the time it's because they're feeling unfulfilled. Unfulfilledness could, again, as you mentioned, could mean a lot of things. It could mean that all their friends are getting married and they're not married yet, so they feel unfulfilled, so they connect it with the word sad. Sometimes it can mean that they are trying to get a child for a long time, and that's most women's cases, so they feel unfulfilled. It can mean not being able to find a dream job you want, so that's another unfulfillment. So unfulfillment is a different definition for everyone, and I think that our job is to really sit back and think about the reasons why we're sad, the reasons why we're unfulfilled. And, I'm not asking everybody to quit your 9 to 5 job, but if there's something that you really want to do, take the baby step, approach it, look at it, ask questions. And when you see that you're making that one change and you have accomplished that one thing, it motivates you more to doing more about your unfulfillment and to doing that job that you really want to do to make you feel like you have a fulfilled life.
Well, too, I really love that everything that you just shared. And I want to add too, it's also unfulfillment means that you don't have what you want.
Yes.
There's longing for more. So ask yourself, how can I feel fulfilled in the now? What do I have? What is going right for me?
Yeah.
Right? How can I look at what you may label as little and make it look big?
Yeah.
Money in the bank account. If you have $500 in your bank account, if you have 1,000, if you have 25 cents, I don't know. Why don't you look into the frequency of imagining it's much more?
Yeah.
If you got a paycheck for $2,000 and you really want it to be $20,000, how can you feel fulfilled with that 2,000 on the way to the 20,000?
Remember,
Play with that too. Play with that too, because you want to be in that frequency to match the frequency of what it is that you want. So if you're poo down here and complaining and not feeling fulfilled with what you have now, how are you supposed to get up there? Because like attracts like the law of attraction, law of vibration, right? So it's really shifting your perspective of all the abundance of what you have now on the way to getting all the abundance of what you desire.
Yeah, and also I'm glad you mentioned the law of attraction too. Remember, what you think is what you are, right? So as you mentioned before, if you have 25 cents in your bank account, right? This is not craziness, but imagine that you have more, right?
Yeah.
Always have gratitude for that 25 cents. Appreciate that 25 cents. Just think of that 25 cents like $25,000, right?
Yeah.
When you appreciate what you have in the now, you begin to you regenerate more of what you're appreciating. But if you're not appreciating that 25 cents or the $500 that you have, then you get stuck there and it doesn't go up or down because you're half of your focus is on that 25 cents that you have, and at the fact that you don't have more like other people have more than you have, so you're
Yeah.
so focused on the negativity of that 25 cents or whatever you have accomplished in opposed to you actually setting intentions and doing things to
Yeah.
make get or help you get more than that 25 cents. So it's also gratitude also plays a big part in people feeling unfulfilled because they're not having gratitude for what they already have. And in order to feel fulfilled in your career, your life, your family life, your personal or professional life, you need to have abundance for what you have. If you don't have abundance for what you have, you cannot attract more, right?
That's true.
So our mind is very, very, very powerful. And I always say, this is why I always say to people, try to overrule the negative talk and the negative self-esteem that you have, because it is what you think of yourself is what's really important, not what people think of you. So if you
Right.
keep thinking, I'm only going to have 25 cents or that $500, that's what you're going to have. But if you keep thinking about the $1,000 that you want to have, for something is going to gear you to doing things to get that $1,000. Sometimes you don't even know what or how, but because you're thinking about it, all the positive things that you can do to gain that money is going to come into fruition. So
Yes.
definitely our mindset.
I love it. Yes. Couldn't agree
Definitely.
more.
Yep. So thank you so much for this beautiful conversation that we've been having. My last question is, if you wanted to give a tip up to our audience watching right now about having a fulfilled life or staying positive, what would you tell them?
So look at what you have and start there. How can you feel fulfilled in the now with what you have and who you are? And the way that you can answer that is you can make a master list of all the things that you're grateful for, all the ways that your life is thriving, all the ways that you like the sun is shining on you and it feels amazing, that you have food to eat in your fridge, that you have a roof over your head, that you have the one client, that you have a job. Maybe it's not as much as you want to get paid doing, really focusing on the abundance and the fulfillment of what is
Thank
on
you.
your journey to everything else.
I'm taking that as like focus on the bigger picture of your accomplishments, have you mentioned before. Thank you for the advice. And I hope if they don't take anything from this conversation today, at least they take that last part. Focus on what you have and, know the importance of what you have and continue to celebrate your accomplishment, right? And try to, keep the positive mindset going each day, as hard as it might be sometimes, just try to keep it going. If they wanted to reach you, the audience wanted to reach you, the beautiful people watching today wanted to reach you, how can they reach you? What social media pages can they reach you on?
Yeah. Come over to Instagram. My handle is Cassandra Rosa A. That's the best way to connect. DM me. My inbox is open. I have a link tree with all the different things that I have going on with the book, the podcast, even my Facebook group. That's a great place to hang out. There's lots of free resources there. I do live trainings. I do card readings, exclusive offers. So you can check that out. It's called Fulfilled Female Entrepreneurs.
Thank you so much for letting them know that. And I want to also put it out there. She's very responsive. So if you DM her, she's going to get back to you in 0 seconds. Because she's very responsive with email, DM, and please try to pick up a copy of her book. And also she has a lot of things going on Facebook. So try to join her readings. Her readings are very fun and very engaging. So try to, get your foot in the door, find some time, and you can learn a thing or two about the things that you do. So thank you so much for coming on here. And thank you guys for watching. If you want to see the full video and of my other interview with Cassandra. I'm going to put her link on the bottom of this video, so you'll just navigate right to her YouTube channel, and there's just other videos you can watch that will help inspire you, her other conversations. So thank you everyone for watching today.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing more of your beautiful faces in the upcoming future. Thank you so much for coming, Cassandra. And I really appreciate you coming here and giving us the insight about fulfillment, what you think fulfillment is, and how we can actually, you know, move forward when we do feel unfulfilled. So thank you so much for coming on my
Thank
YouTube.
you.
I appreciate your time, your dedication, and everything that you do for everyone out there. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful friend as well.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
No problem. And we will see you guys soon. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and also subscribe to both of our channels. Thank
Yes.
you.